Oh, hello, fellow YouTubers. What you're looking at here is disassembled Line 6 Relay G10. Now, you've had yours for a couple years. The battery might be going bad. So what you got to do is take it apart. As I've taken this one apart, I had to put a couple test leads on here, and I ran a combination of batteries I had laying around, so I came up with 3.7 volts just to make sure that this transmitter still worked, and it does. Well, what it was doing is I'd plug it into my instrument and it would come on and work for about 5 or 10 seconds after being charged up all the way. The little light on here, the green light on here, would go solid green. And then I plug it in, it worked for about 5 seconds, and then it would just go red, start flashing, and it wouldn't do shit anymore. So what I did is I hooked up a couple batteries on this. It came up to 3.7 volts after I measured it with a voltmeter first, and plugged it in, and yeah, this worked for a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, and finally I figured out, well, it's just this battery needs to be replaced. Interesting thing about this battery is you can't find these in the United States. This is actually from China. I think all these batteries are from China. But what I got is another one locally here. This is actually 3.7 volts, 600 milliamp hours. Well, anyways, the ones you buy in the United States are all a little bigger than this, about the same diameter, but they're actually longer, and they wouldn't fit in this case. So what you got to do is I'll put a link in the video below, down below the video, as to where you can get something like this. I don't have the numbers right now, but you get that battery, and what you got to do is slice the outer plastic part out of it and rip the protection circuit board off of it, and then you'll end up with a battery roughly the same size as this, and you can put that back in here. And we're going to do that. It's on order, so as soon as I get it, we will go ahead and install that. But really, to take this apart, all you got to do is there's a sticker on the end of this. It's like this. Carefully peel that sticker off, and there's this little tiny torque screw in there, and it's actually a number it's a T6 torque screw, pretty small. So you unscrew that, and then this cap will come off. Set that over there, and then this cover, which is on here like this. Imagine the wires aren't there holding it together. But this Relay G10 thing here just comes up and slides right off. And then there's another screw in here, which is smaller than the T6. It's on here. But I managed to wedge a little tiny screwdriver in there and get it out. And to tell you the truth, I don't think you need to put that one back in, because when you put this cover back on, this holds it all together, so I really don't know what you need it for. But anyways, you can pry these halves apart then, and this whole thing will come right out of here, like this if you want. And then this battery will be here, and it's wrapped up with some tape and stuff, and it's soldered into the board. But what I did is I just cut the wires off about the halfway mark and left them there for reference. And I soldered these wires in just to test it. Now, if you do all that and you solder the new wires in, and hook it up with either a 3.7 volt power supply or a few batteries you can cobble together that measure 3.7 volts, and everything works, I'd say all you need is a new battery. Now, this one is a few years old, a couple, 2-3 years old. So they say in the literature that you can get like 300 to 500 charges out of them. So that's about right. So I guess all you people that have these, Relay G10s are going to be looking at replacing the batteries in them. And Line 6 will not sell you the battery. Great customer service, right? And you got to find your own battery. They say, well, we'll sell you a refurbished one if you go to our website. Yeah, but these things are $100 or close to it if you buy them. So why would you spend $100 when you can go out? This battery's costing me $10 with shipping. So it's not that big a deal. So all we gotta do is get the new battery. We'll take off the protection circuit board on it, and when I get it, we'll solder it in place, and we'll do a reassembly and test, and we'll see how that goes. Well, here we are. I got the battery. It's an RCR 123A rechargeable lithium-ion battery. And this is it's got a built-in protection board, which the original battery in the Relay G10 does not. So you can see it's a little bit different in size. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring it up closer. There's a little bit of a size difference. From what I've seen online, we can take these apart and remove those protection circuits. So we're going to try that right now and see what happens. Now they say not to do this because it's dangerous, but I want to make it fit in here, so we are going to try and do this. We'll just be really careful. Because we certainly do not want to short this thing out. I think I'll start from the negative end. Slice it there. Slice it there. Now, they say don't do this. And I'm telling you not to do it either. Gotta be really careful you don't short anything out here, because this sucker, lithium ion could catch fire. Lithium ion batteries are known to do that. But I want to make it fit, so we are going to try our best to do this. And there we go. And this up here is what's got to come off. Hopefully we can get it off there somehow. And I'm not just destroying the battery. Of course, it's probably glued on there somehow. I don't see any smoke coming out yet. I'm wrecking my fingernails. Any suggestions from you folks? It ain't gonna work. Well, that seems to be on there pretty good. I wonder if that's part of the negative circuit. And it is. So I can't short those two out. Get in there and get a little screwdriver and pry that up a little bit. You're not making this very easy. Have to hang out a little tighter. I might be coming up here. If nothing else, I'm going to make a nice sharp edge to cut myself on. That sucker's really on there. Oh, it's coming though. I can start to see that there's another steel ring under there. Oh yeah. It's coming. Maybe. Looks like it's coming. Thinking about putting this in a vise, but I'd be afraid to damage the battery. If I didn't have to use it. Again, I would. connected to the negative. Oops, turn the meter on. Yes, it is. Well, hell, this might be a whole YouTube video just by itself. Ah, there we go. Oh, look, it all came off the whole thing. Perfect. See that? That's just a little protection circuit that we don't need because I'm assuming it's built into the charging circuit on the Line 6 charger. And, ouch, very sharp though. All right, so we don't need that. So now we're left with the battery, which should still work. Let's just check it. And it does. 3.79 volts. Excellent. So now what we need to do I need this ring on here? Yep, I think we'll just leave it there. It's stuck there. Perfect. Well, that came off harder than I expected, but it came off in one piece, which is great. So we don't need that. Let's check our lengths now. Alright, it's still a little bit longer, but not much. Let's see how it fits in the case. Oh, it's still not going to fit quite right because there's that little... Well, I'm not going to try to take that off. I'm pretty sure this part is not going to come off without ruining the battery. But there's a little shoulder down there that can come off. And I think that's what we're going to do. I think we have to cut out this little notch in there. Try not to slice my finger. I don't think this is going to do it. Try a little force here. A screwdriver. Without breaking the end off. Hold that right there. Oh, that came out so nice. Oh, that came out real nice. And now we got to do the same on the other side. Right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's that little... There's a little notch right there that has to come out. You'll see it when you do it. Just hold that there. Get a little screwdriver. Get a nice whack. Oh, I missed. Try it again. This side's more stubborn. We'll get your little bugger. It's coming. There we go. Now it's out of there. Let's see how our battery fits now. Oh, look at that. It fits right in there. Perfect. It should fit on the other side good too now. Yep. Two halves go together. Bingo boingo. Nice. Alright, now we got to solder some leads on this thing. And my solder iron is not heating up. Why? Oh, it is. And that's all tinned up. Now let's see how we're going to do this. Got to solder some leads on here. And they got to hook up to here. Let's take this shrink rack off of here. Shrink wrap for now. And it's got to be in here. There's a little tit right there, a little pin that's got to fit into the hole that's here. There we go. And this has got to fit in there. I would suggest that you don't try to unsolder it from the board, because unless you're really good at soldering something really small in a really tight place, which I am not, I would not recommend that. So I think the thing to do, put the shrink wrap back on. Alright, now we're back. Before I was so rudely interrupted. We got to cut a small piece, shrink wrap, about that much, and cover up the solder joint I made before. Slide this back on here somehow. I'm sure now it's going to be a problem to put back on because I took it off. Of course, here it's going to be hard, right? There we go. And let's put a piece about the same size on the other side. Could actually be a little shorter. It'll be okay. Yeah, I'll cut it a little shorter. Give them a little heat. Just a little bit now. There we go. Oh, fuck. I didn't cover that one all the way. Son's a bitch. Well, that's probably going to be on the battery anyways. Alright. So the battery's got to go in there. I don't want to cut this right about here. Strip that wire. Get it in the stripper. There we go. Don't want to do that. Just pull the whole fucking thing out. We'll just do that because we gotta take that up anyways. And that's gonna go, that's the positive side. Oh, no, that's the negative side. Okay. All right, negative side. Gotta do this right. So that'll go on there. And to do the positive side, I should cut it about there. Just don't come out of there. There we go, positive side. Okay, I'm going to tin these wires. Don't move. It's tinned. Nice if these wires weren't laying on the circuit board when I tinned them. Alright, put that over there for now. Where is that little place? Here we go. Let's see if we can solder on this battery. Put a little solder on there. Make it a little easier to attach the wires. Just to hold it. one side. I wonder, is this still negative here? It is, but we're good. Good side of the wire in here too. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do it this way. That got pretty warm in a hurry. Double check our battery again. And we're still good. That's a good sign. Now, put the battery in here on these wires in the correct place. Just put this back in the vise to hold it. Might be easier. Okay, red wire positive, black wire negative. Black wire's over here. Now what I should do, seal it up with something for now, so as to not short out another crap. Let's put a piece of tape on it for now. Oh, rudely interrupted. Cut a little piece of tape here. We'll take that up a little better once I get the other side done. right. So that's all done. By pushing the button, something should happen. It does. Look at that. You can see it. We've got a green light now. Everything looks good. All right. So I've got to tape this up really good now so it doesn't short on anything. And then it's got to fit back in the case. So let's take a couple pieces of tape. Something like that. Now I'm going to cut a little couple little short strips, cut in half. Something like this. Cut this in half. This side like this. And tape the other side. Kind of the same way. I didn't ruin my tape. And we got to cover up that little spot right there. These metal parts here. If you put too much tape on here, it won't fit the case anymore. So it's not go, too gun hole. But you don't want to short out either. When I originally took it apart, that battery had a bunch of shrink wrap on it. Hopefully this all still fits in the case. Oh, why is it on? That's odd. Of course, now it has to start doing that as I'm getting ready to put it back together. That's what happens when I put it in the case. Okay, I am back. This thing was a real bear to put back together. The little wires in here kept breaking. Basically, right down here where the battery is connected, those wires broke. Then these wires here broke. Then there's a blue and a green wire in the back that broke. Every time I put the thing back together. So you got to be really, really careful. In fact, you're probably better off not even taking it out of the, leave it half in the case and then just replace the battery. That's probably the way to go. But it does work now. And everything works properly if I push in the button. Where's the light? Am I pushing in the button? There we go. And that's good. And I let go of the button and it's off. And it does register on the receiver. So I'm going to continue putting it back together, and hopefully, since I replaced all the wires, no more will break. Get back to you in a minute. All right, we're back. I got it all back together. There it is. And the light is green on it. I don't know if you hear that. But it is working. It's pretty decent. I'm happy with it. Now if I pull it out, it mutes and it turns off, just like it's supposed to. And let's see what happens. I'll plug it in the charger. And it's doing its thing. Gonna sit there and charge for a while, I guess. All looks good. Pull it back out. Plug it back in. On it goes. Perfect. Okay, so there it is. You can fix your Relay G10 if the battery's bad for about 10 bucks and a couple hours of work, because that's how long it took me. You all have a wonderful day. Bye. And don't try this at home. It is dangerous with them those lithium batteries. So, I wouldn't suggest you do it. But that's how you do it. Bye.